Oh, God. Ah, this is tea. I said I was gonna review the new Evangelion movie, but I said I wanted to marathon all the movies before I do. I did started watching the first two movies, You Are Not Alone, You Cannot Advance. Really had a lot of enjoyment going back to those movies and watching them again. It was fun. I didn't get to see Redo yet and the final film, but you know, I wasn't in the right mindset yet. I decided to stream because I don't know, I just wanted to today. I said I was gonna review it on Monday, which I said in the last video, which was yesterday, I guess. I don't know. By the time I'm recording this, it's the same day that video came out, so you know. I decided to review a different movie that I watched today that I don't know if anyone's talking about. At least so far on YouTube. So let's get right to it. Salutations everyone, I'm Niru Hoshi, and yes, I'm drinking tea to help with my sore throat. At least I'm assuming I have a sore throat because I cannot do a lot of the voices I do because, I do a lot of voice acting by myself because I have a wide range of voices that people say I'm good at making. I don't know if it's because I have a bad microphone and they think that, wow, that sounds actually pretty good and impressive. Until they actually meet me, they're thinking, yeah, that was shit or whatever. But I don't know. It's a scary thought that I'm losing the voices I usually do, and I'm scared that those voices are not going to come back. But maybe this is just a minor thing, and maybe if I just help my voice by drinking more hot liquids that usually help with the voice and cold liquids that don't strain the voice that much, maybe things will get back to normal with it. But anyway, today we have a movie review, and this movie's called Beckett, starring John David Washington, whom you may have heard of from movies like Tenet, and that's about it I can remember because that's the only movies I've seen him in, basically. I mean, he's in a show called Ballers. He used to be a college football player until he injured his knee that prevents him to, like, I guess, play anymore. But, he's taken on the reins of being an actor, just like his father, Denzel Washington. And he's a pretty good actor. He's a great actor in this movie as well. He shows a lot of range of talent as an actor. He's pretty good. Good. I liked him in Tenet. He was fine. Even though he didn't have much of a character, he was just the protagonist, as the movie calls him. But that movie was pretty fun and to watch, and a lot of great action. It was confusing, yes, but hey, I'm a total Christopher Nolan fan, and that movie was enjoyable to me. Even though I'm not the person that likes Interstellar. I know how awful of me, but Interstellar was okay to me, but something about me that I didn't like is that the character development with people were a bit flat. Like, I feel like we should know more about the characters, like them personally, them who they are, not just because I miss my daughter, I miss my family and everything. I just really wish we had more of development and time to establish what kind of person they are or anything, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just nitpicking and people saw the movie in a different way that I failed to see. And, as much as Nolan's not known for, like, his writing credits, usually it's his brother, Jonathan Nolan, that's done well helping him write the scripts for stories, and other people as well who helps write the scripts and stories. Usually, I don't know much about Nolan writing movies by himself, but he seemed to done a fair job at it. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Beckett, a movie that's on Netflix. It's an action mystery thriller, a typical one, I guess. But honestly, for a movie that has a kind of predictable plot line and a really padded out story, because usually a lot of establishing shots and like drawn out scenes of the character walking around, being chased down, running for his life. It usually does drag a bit, but it does keep you invested and interested still when watching this film. And it does a great job building tension with this character. The film does set it up to see that this man is like on the he's on the run for his life, and because these two cops are hunting him down and killing him, and he doesn't know why. And then you find out that why they're hunting him down, why they're doing this to him, and you realize that they knew that he didn't do nothing wrong, and the cops are just killing him for the sake of like covering their own tracks of what horrible crimes they were about to commit and pin him to it. The basic stuff about it. And that's basically what the mystery thriller is. Just have him be pinned down as a patsy, and that's it. But the reason why he's on the run for his life is because his girlfriend was killed in a car accident caused by him, because he took like some sleeping pills to help him sleep, basically Ambien, and he passed out on the steering wheel, crashed into a house, and he sees something that he wasn't supposed to see, and that is why the cops are after him, and that's why they wanted to kill him, is because they can't have him talking about what he saw. As much as it's a typical movie and there's nothing to say about it that sparks as like, oh wow, this was an intense movie, oh wow, this was like a film that people should talk about, there's nothing really much to talk about. It's just your typical action mystery thriller about someone who's on the run and he has to find out why cops are after him and why they want to kill him. And that's pretty much the movie. That's it. That's all the movie is. Him finding what happened and him stopping it at the end. Just basically the typical guy who's in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's nothing much you can say about a typical action thriller like that. It's like me talking about every Netflix film that comes out. Like, you think I'm going to talk about Jason Momoa's film Sweet Girl? That's just a movie about a man that is on the run with his daughter because the government took medicine away that helped his wife, and his wife died in the process because she couldn't get the medical care she needed. That's all the movie seems to sum up from a trailer. You don't need to talk about it. Usually movies like this there's nothing you can say about it. There's nothing you can say that it was fine, it was good. I would say I do love John David Washington's performance in this film. He really does sell you on a man who's in fear, in distress. Like, he does a great job showing all these parts of him getting injured, shot, and jumping off of tall places and getting harmed and hurt and scuffed. Him just being in pain because he has disabilities. He has his arm broken, and that's why he has a cast on, bandaged up. He's got shot in his shoulder. You see a lot of things like he's in pain, but you can still see that he can still try and defend himself in a way that he can only do in his current condition. And he does a great job selling that. Even though there are some impossible things where you're like thinking, like, I think that, like, you think that, oh, the cops definitely have an advantage on him. I don't know how they were so stupid to let him go like that. But sometimes you're like thinking, man, he is very resourceful. He actually knows what he's doing when he is trying to get out of tight scraps like this. And he does a decent job. I think John D. Washington did fine in this movie. Though I am kind of peeved, it was a waste of Alicia Vikander, where they just pin her as like, they basically fridge her. They basically fridge her in this movie. And if you don't know what fridging is, it's using a character, or preferably male or female, and they are used as a plot device to drive the plot forward for the character. And that's what the movie was. They fridged her. And I just feel like, well, shit. That was a waste of the actor who played Laura Croft in Tomb Raider. And I liked Alicia Vikander. I liked her in Ex Machina. I liked her in god damn it, what movie did I also? I liked her in Man from Uncle. That was a good movie too. Like, she's a great actor, but I really feel like, did they really needed to cast her in this movie just to fridge her? Like, that's just messed up. Like, how do you get cast in that role? How do you agree to that role? I don't think no actor that has somewhat of a big name on them, where people are like, oh, hey, I know that person. Like, that's cooler. They're in this, and you see them die. Like, how do you agree to that role? Was it like, well, I need to put money on the table, so I guess I'll take anything? I feel like that's what happened. Like, she just like, I haven't gotten work in a while, so maybe I should take something, even though it's gonna waste my talent. And clearly it did. She was just there to be a plot device, and that was it. And it was terrible. I feel bad for her. I would give credit to the composer of this movie. The music in this film is really good. Honestly, do like it. It's very simple. It's very like just simple. It's just simplified as just beats and drums and just noises to make that uneasy, unnerving tension to build up in the film, and that was pretty good. I love that. And once John David Washington gets shot at by the cops, that music starts playing and it's blaring through the speakers like like that. And I honestly loved how that music did build up the tension. Music does uh make the movie, make the scene, and it it tells you what, what emotion you need to be feeling, like scared, it like very intense, like cover and everything. But it is really cool music that I like. I don't know who the composer is, but he did a really good job making the unnerving tension warranted in this film, and I like that. All in all, it's just a uh, typical action thriller. It's not bad. It's just, you know, I don't think anything about it is gonna leave an impact on me. This is one of those movies where you're like, I just want to watch something, like relax, just watch a film and watch something. This is not for like the average moviegoer. This is more for the like casual person that doesn't go out to the movies that much, works a lot, and hasn't seen that much of movies in their life, and if they see a movie that looks intense and interesting, they can go and watch that and have fun. That could be me gaslighting on people who don't know much about movies, but it's the one way to describe it. It's not bad. It's neither is it not good, but it's just, you know, there. Just a movie that's there to show the talents of John David Washington's acting, which is pretty good. But, I'm not gonna, you know, pop this in again if I wanted to. It's just a movie you would watch for a little bit and say, okay, I watched it. I don't need to see it again. And that's it. It's not something like with other things that John David Washington did that I say that I would watch again. I mean, hell, I like Tenet, and I would totally watch that again. And it's usually like you gotta find that right movie where you enjoy it. And sometimes mystery movies do not hold up well because you know what's going to happen next. Some movies that are mystery films you totally want to watch again because, yes, you already know what's going to happen, but the characters and the setting that is interesting about it make it a good film. Kind of like Knives Out. The setting is nice, the interesting characters are good too. That's what keeps you wanting to watch more of it, not because of the mystery when you watch it a second time, but actually enjoy hearing those characters again. And I think Murder on the Orient Express that Kenneth Branagh remade in his own vision, I think that did well too with its setting because a murder mystery on a train, I mean, that's really pretty cool. I mean, yes, it's been done before, since Agatha Christie novels have been adapted time and time again. But this is just a simple mystery where it just leaves you like, whatever, it's fine. I'm not gonna complain about it. It's okay. I'll just give Beckett a 5.3 out of 10. It was fine. It was just fine. And I know this is not much of an interesting video to make, but it's me just uh at least trying to find some content to upload before, anything. Maybe I won't upload this tomorrow. Maybe I'll just upload it on Tuesday. Or hell, if I do end up reviewing watching the Evangelion movies on Monday, maybe I'll just delete this video and no one will ever hear this ever. Who knows? Or maybe this will be just a backup video in case I have no content to show for. But anyway, I'll see you, Wolfpack, in the next one. Ciao, darlings.
Ow, ow, ow! Ow! Ow!